This game is T and is not suitable for kids. I'm really liking this route. I'm liking this route so much more than I thought I would. Like, when I first met Kotomi, I'm like, well, if there is one route that I would skip, it would be this one. But I love this route. It's really wholesome. Fourth period. The plan was to show up at the start and then quickly slip out. But they're especially alert at times like these. I couldn't make my escape, and now there's only 15 minutes left before lunch. But God has not forsaken me. Well, it kind of reminds me of Ryo's route in that, like, they both just seem like they're very fun, cute, wholesome routes. And I really liked Ryo's route. Like, I liked Ryo's route way more than I thought. Because when I first met Ryo, I'm like, she's kind of just like, blah. There's not really anything about her. After her route, I'm like, she's my second favorite. After saying this, the teacher leaves the room. Yes! I get up at once. I've got bigger things to worry about.
Huh?
While Sunohara looks at me questioningly, I leave the classroom. I better hurry. I turn a corner in the hallway and run full speed ahead. Kotomi must be waiting for me at the library. I have to take her out to buy bread or we won't have time to eat.
Tomoya-kun, konnichiwa.
Hey Kotomi, I'm in a hurry, so let's talk later, okay? The library. Kotomi is waiting for me. Bye. Wow! Okay, you are as stupid as Sunohara. 85 points. The pause before your retort was 1 second too long. Anyway, I thought you were at the library. Oh. I think she's making good progress at being more outgoing. But knowing her, she might have to just come into class and shouted, Tomoya-kun, I'm here! Alright, let's go. The two of us walked to the student store. Aww, I love Grandma!
とっても元気なの。
今日もちょっと早すぎるみたいだね。サボりかい？
そうなの。サボりなの。
正直だね。そういう子はおばちゃん大好きさね。
I love the grandma's just like, oh, you're playing hooky? Oh, that's fine. It's nice to have such honest little kids. What kind of bread would you like?
おまけしてやるよ。ほら。
She didn't eat Botan. She tosses some bread in a bag. Kotomi fumbles a little trying to catch it.
とってもありがとう。
Hello, bread lady. Tell you the truth, I'm playing hooky too.
サボりは良くないね。ちゃんと勉強しなきゃ。おばちゃん。
Oh, I see how it is, Grandma. Seems like she gives preferential treatment to the smart kids.
ほら、兄ちゃんにもおまけつけてやるから。午後はちゃんとやりなよ。
She says that teasingly while tossing a curry bun at me. Thank you so very much. Wait, doesn't that sound weird?
言葉は真心が大切なの。
I'm surprised you can get such good grades thinking like that. Nothing.
いただきましょう。
Let's eat. We put our palms together and I recite her words. It's been a week since we last ate together. I find myself relaxing as if returning to a familiar place. I munch on the bread and watch Kotomi. She's curiously taking apart the cutlet sandwich that she bought.
私もね、サンドイッチを作ってみたいの。
Don't use a knife until your hand is better. She meekly nods as she analyzes the sandwich's structure.
いよいよここからが核心部分なの。
Don't take the batter off the cutlet. You can't undo it. Too late. Rustle, rustle. Crumble. She tries to put the batter back on, but it's not happening. See, I told you. Oh, those sad eyes. Stretch. She takes the cutlet and tears it down the middle. She takes one of the bread slices, half of the cabbage, and half of the crumbled batter and gives it to me.
半分こなの。
Aw. It's just a bunch of jumbled parts now.
組み立ては自分でするの。
It's not a sandwich anymore, then. This isn't like some plastic model. Slightly taken aback, I begrudgingly accept.
半分こ
She says it one more time and smiles. She grabs the anpan and splits it in half down the middle. I also rip my curry bun in half and swap it with her anpan. Next to the desk by the window is the violin case. The lid is open, exposing the bronze-colored violin to the noonday sun. It stares at us as if it's another member joining us at the table.
ごちそうさまでした
Thanks. We place our palms together and bow once more. I wipe the table and pick up the trash. At the same time, Kotomi puts on her socks and campus shoes. Let's go. Kotomi nods slightly. She daintily picks up the violin resting in its case. Kotomi remains silent as we walk down the hallway. Glancing at her as she walks by my side, she looks eerily mature. It's a strange feeling. The students who loudly pass us are excitedly talking to one another. Some of them turn to look back at us. I don't mind their gazes and walk closer to Kotomi. We're now at the second-year classroom that we were told about. The bright and cheerful crowd is making Kotomi nervous. She gathers her courage and peeks her head through the door. They notice her right away and come running.
バイオリン返しに来たのはいどうでしたか
Aw. I like the first chorus club member who was very supportive of Kotomi.
とってもとっても
It's like she's about to open the floodgates of emotion, but suddenly stops.
楽しかったの
She says that as if reining in her emotions back inside. To Kotomi, everything that happened these past few days was a lot of fun. She practiced with her friends and played her heart out in front of an audience. The choral club girl reads Kotomi's complex emotions on her face.
もしよかったらもう少し長く借りられるように私から頼んでみますけど
Kotomi shakes her head.
これは私のものじゃないから
She hands over the violin case with the same respect as when she received it.
でもねこのバイオリンねちょっぴり古くて弦もくたびれてて昆虫もちょっとだけずれてるかもしれないけどでもとっても素敵なバイオリンなの弾くのがとっても楽しいバイオリンなのだから捨てないであげてほしいの
Aww.
お願いします
She bows deeply.
私もそう言うつもりですから
She smiles at Kotomi, and she accepts the violin case. Kotomi looks like she's about to cry. While wondering which of the two is really the older one, I softly place my hand on Kotomi's shoulder. Let's go. I turn her away and say, thanks a lot for everything.
いえ
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I prod Kotomi a bit, and she turns to the girl obediently.
こんにちははじめまして3年 A 組の一ノ瀬琴美です趣味は読書ですもしよかったらお友達になってくれると嬉しいです
She bows again. The nice to meet you part is strange, but you know what she means. I explain it to the slightly confused girl.
はい私は西名理恵と言います
Oh, we learned her name. Ri.
こちらこそとても嬉しいです
Why doesn't she have her own sprite? She gives a soft smile. Aww. Aren't you glad you have more friends now?
うん
Kotomi tries to smile.
あれ
She can't hold her tears in any longer. Oh no. Just as the bread lady instructed, I obediently attend afternoon classes. To be exact, I sit in my chair like a serious-minded person. Good on you, Tomoya. After school, they yell at me plenty. It's because of my escape during 4th period. They threaten to expel me at the rate I'm going.
せっかくこのところ少しは態度がマシになってきたと思ったら
I merely nod at each statement and stare out the window. Oh god! I'm kind of surprised the teacher even noticed, to be honest. I go to the drama club room and find the usual suspects there.
でもね、私最近とっても上達してきたから。
Tomoya, be honest with her. Tell her that you need to keep attending classes.
甘い。あんたは甘すぎるわ。
I see that Kyo is trying to convince the stubborn Kotomi of something. Fujibayashi and Furukawa are both holding their breath while watching the other two.
ツッコミだけの世界ではね、ボケが一人もいないのよ。
Wow, really?
だから蝶ネクタイをしたツッコミばかりが地平線の彼方まで見渡す限りひしめいているのよ。そうしてみんな好きあらば隣を突っ込んでやろうと。もしそんなところでセリフを噛んだり天然ボケをかましてごらんなさい。どうなると思う？なんでやねん、アホちゃうか。ええ加減にせえ。もうええわ、どないやねん。周り中から寄ってたかってボッコボコに裏手チョップよ。そうして弱い個体からバタバタと死んでいくのよ。繁殖期のペンギンのコロニーのように。それは過酷な世界なのよ。
Have I mentioned how weird you are, Kyo? Because you are.
あんたなんかが紛れ込んだら性格が珍妙ってだけで格好の餌食ね。
Kotomi gulps.
ゴミはとっても恐ろしいの。
The conversation with Kotomi has turned yet again into a solo performance by Kyo. The topic is probably comedians to hell and back.
まだまだこんなのは序の口なんだから。ツッコミしかいない地獄の次は言うギャグみんな滑る地獄よ。そこはもうペンギンさえ住めない極寒の世界。
Hey, the narrator sounds like she's from the Discovery Channel.
でもね、本当はもっと最強に恐ろしい世界があるのよ。
She starts whispering for dramatic effect. What is it?
オチのない世界。怖ー。どうも失礼しました。
Thank you. The two retorters finish the act out of fear. The funny man troupe doesn't understand what's going on.
とにかくよ、
I don't either. She points at Kotomi's face.
あんたが夫婦漫才なんて100万回生まれ変わっても無理だわね。
Manzai. Manzai is a style of Japanese stand-up sketch comedy performed by two people. These sketches generally follow the structure of having the boke, funny man, joke about something, which is then followed by a response from the tsukomi, straight man. Alright.
お姉ちゃん、それ言い過ぎだと思う。そうです。みんなで力を合わせればきっと。あんたたちが力を合わせても全然無理っていうか無駄。ゼロはいくつかけてもゼロ。
From where I'm standing, it sounds like you're saying really horrible things.
散々人を乗せといて今さら客観的に聞かないでよ。
Ooh, is she actually getting mad? Kotomi scowls and groans, a rare occurrence. She must think she's making a face of pure rage.
こうなったら最後の手段なの。ものすごいギャグを一発お見舞いするの。
Honestly, Kotomi is the master of puns. She should just keep doing that.
またカビが生えたやつじゃないでしょうね。
Stop being so mean!
この前テレビで覚えたばかりのギャグなの。とっても新鮮なの。牛乳ファイトで女子高生を瞬殺なの。
What? Milk Fight is a comedy sketch by the people from Yoshimoto Kogyo, where they get people to drink milk while others try to make them laugh. What kind of a TV program are you watching?
脳書きはいいわ。やってみなさい。
うん。ね。
Oh boy. She stands up and moves toward everyone. She holds out her left arm as if preparing for a shot from a doctor. She points at the back of her left elbow with her right index finger.
ここ曲がる。
Turn. She bends her elbow. Looks like that's it.
ギャグ？
Don't ask me. Kotomi looks down, her face red. Her shoulders start shaking violently. Was that... Did I hear her stifling giggling? Because that actually did sound creepy. Looks like she's laughing so hard at her own joke she can't breathe.
苦しかった
Kyo and I are in an entirely different kind of pain.
え
What?
っと
What?
ここ曲がる
Turn. Turn.
よかったです私たちも曲がりました
Don't check as if you're serious about it.
ここ曲がる
The path to being a comedian is long and treacherous. Why is she obsessed with comedy? I thought she was going to be like an astrophysicist, quantum mechanic engineer or something. Dusk. The five of us walk down the slope. The daytime heat has dissipated and a comfortable breeze is blowing through the leaves. I was forced to carry everyone's bags on the first day, but I'm only carrying Kotomi's right now. I don't know if they were just holding back, but this makes me feel even more embarrassed.
明日から3連休ですね
Oh yeah,
岡崎さんはどこか行かれるんですか
your house. Oh, I'll probably be relaxing at home. I completely forgot about the long weekend. Of course I don't have any plans. What about you, Furukawa? Are you going on a trip or anything?
いえ多分うちにいると思います
Oh, what about you, Fujibayashi?
私も特に予定はない
Alright,
です
we're all going road trip to Tokyo Disneyland then.
ことみちゃんはどこか行くんですか
ううん
She shakes her head from side to side. I had a feeling she didn't have plans, but I don't feel great about being proven correct. Aw, welcome back, Lucia. So nobody here has anything to do.
あの
Kyo does not exist.
それなら
私には予定聞かないってどういうこと
Fujibayashi is interrupted by Kyo just as she's about to say something. If your sister doesn't have plans, why would you?
違うわよ別にいつも2人で行動してるってわけじゃないんだから
Technically, Fujibayashi refers to both Kyo and Ryo.
お姉ちゃんどこか旅行行くの
The little sister asks, completely surprised.
行かないわよ一人でのんびりしてるつもり
Okay, so you're the same as everyone else.
疲れることに意味があるのよにしてもこのメンツで動くのにも慣れたわね
It's only been a week.
そうだっけ
Everyone else is caught off guard by that too.
そうなんだなんだかもうずっと前から一緒にいるみたいに思います
You want her hair? Which one's hair? Thinking back, a lot has happened.
一緒にお昼を食べたりバイオリンの発表会をしたりことみのヘタレな芸にダメ出ししたり
Oh, well, that's kind of mean.
ここ曲がる
退屈だけはしなかったからいいけどね
Kyo continues to ignore Kotomi bending and extending her elbow. The mermaid long purple hair? Oh, yeah. I definitely like Kyo's hairstyle for sure. You're right about that. I was never bored.
これからもいろいろなことがありそうです
I mean, dyed hair I'm not a huge fan of, but like long hair, oh yeah, I love long hair.
そうです楽しみですこれからもずっとこんな放課後が続いていけばいいです
I love how we're all friends in this one. Looking at the faraway sunset, Furukawa smiles softly. By the way, Furukawa, I was always meaning to ask.
はい何でしょう
Do you remember that your club is the drama club?
すみませんすっかり忘れていました
Oh.
次会えるのは火曜日ですねま連休なんてぐうたらしてればあっという間よ
Don't say ominous things like that. Try to make the most of your time off.
あんたこそせいぜい有意義にね
Yeah, Tomoya, take your own advice. Two idle people encouraging each other. I noticed that Kotomi has been quiet for a while. She's staring at the circle of friends gathered around her. She seems happy and satisfied, but also regretful. She looks as if she just finished a puzzle. Come on, Kotomi, what's your usual phrase? After saying that, she returns to her senses.
りょうちゃん、また来週。
はい、また来週楽しみにしてます。
なぎさちゃん、また来週。
ことみちゃん、また来週。
きょうちゃん、また来週。
はいはい、あんたもいい連休にしなさいよ。
The usual exchange, the usual farewells. And then Kotomi and I are the only ones remaining at the bottom of the slope. Let's go. As we move forward, we walk a little closer together. Usnavi, ask around. It doesn't take long to reach the usual street corner. The more friends Kotomi makes, the less time we have alone together. This is what I wanted, but it's also a little depressing. Here. I adjust the grip on my bag and hand it over to Kotomi. When she tries to take it, I can tell she's frowning. Does your hand still hurt?
だいぶ治ったけど、ちょっとだけ。
Alright. Don't force yourself too hard and get some rest. See you later. As I say that, I realize that Kotomi is staring at me.
ともやくん。ね、お休みは、暇？
I'm pretty sure I told everyone that I had nothing to do. But she was in the land of make-believe at that time. Whatever. Just keep going.
ね、もしよかったらなんだけど、お休みの日に
Aww.
二人で遊び
Is
に行
she
きたい
asking
の。
us out? I can't help but stare at Kotomi. How could Kotomi, a shut-in library girl, be so outgoing? I don't feel bashful at all. I'm actually touched. My voice sounds different? What? Okay. I don't know why that would be, because I'm still using my same headset. I just unmuted, though, and I sound fine. I remember there was one stream I did where I didn't realize my voice sounded robotic until someone pointed it out. And it was literally just because I had to use a different USB jack. Alright, but that's fine. I'm just glad my voice doesn't sound like crap.
一般的な名称で言うと、デートのお誘いなの。
Oh wow, she just very forward with it. I love all of the shy girls are the ones who ask us out. Ryo asked us out. Now Kotomi is asking us out.
ちょっ
Wow.
と古典的な名称だと、合いびきなの。フランス語だと、ランデブーなの。イタリア語だと、
You don't need to translate it into multiple languages. I know what you mean.
そうなんだ。よかった。
Fine, just different. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know, Lucia. I appreciate that. She gives a sigh of relief and quickly looks uneasy again.
もしかして、忙しい？
How many times do I have to tell you that I'm free?
そうなんだ。よかった。
She gives a sigh of relief, but quickly looks uneasy again.
でも、もしかして。
Wait. Just calm down for a sec.
私、頑張って落ち着いてみるの。
It's hard to tell just by looking at her, but she's really excited right now. I give Kotomi some time for her overheated brain to cool off.
どうにか落ち着いたの。
So, about my response. While being overwhelmed by a gaze full of tension and excitement, I answer her slowly. I'm free during the holiday too. Let's go somewhere together. Got it? Giving me question marks in this situation is terrible for a main character in a game. Rip fourth wall. What I said to her finally sinks in.
本当に私いいの？
Yes, really. I was just thinking about how we haven't gotten to spend any time together recently. Now do you understand? She nods. She gives a big sigh of relief.
とってもとっても緊張したの。
You hit it pretty well, honestly. She gives me her usual smile with a hint of bashfulness.
私、お弁当作るの。
Lunch, huh? That's fine, but I think somewhere like the park will be really crowded. Well, I don't mind the question marks here. I don't want her to get carried away and hurt her hand even more. When would be good for you?
私、いつでも大丈夫なの。
Alright. Then let's put a day in between and set it for the day after tomorrow. Sunday. How about 10 in the morning? Let's meet up at... If we meet somewhere crowded, we might not be able to find each other. Who knows what kind of weirdness Kotomi will pull. The only place we're both familiar with and will be empty during the break is... I know, how about right here? I point at the spot we're standing.
あさっての日曜日、午前10時。
I think we're gonna do
ここで待ち合わせ。
hyper-competitive Dance Dance Revolution at the arcade.
私、忘れないの。
She answers me earnestly, her hair fluttering and tinted by the dusk. Aww. It's Saturday. I wake up with the sun in my eyes. While still half asleep, I daydream a bit. A date with Kotomi. No, that's tomorrow, idiot. I play the straight man in my one-man show. It's really sunny outside. All the usual hangouts will be crowded. Where should we go? I'm sure she'll be making a huge lunch. Hey, it's tomorrow, idiot! I close my eyes and try to go back to sleep. The room is too hot! I throw the blanket off. It sucks to sit around when it's so sunny outside. I look at the clock and see that there's 24 hours left until my date with Kotomi. Jeez, just stop thinking about it. I shouldn't have played it cool and just set it for today. I should go wander around. I get out of bed. I walk around town as usual. The sunshine is harsh and I work up a sweat. I can almost hear the sounds of summer creeping in. At a crowded fast food joint, I eat a quick lunch. I kill some time over a cup of coffee. Next to this busy store is a bookstore. Can't help but go look for the person with the familiar hair decoration. The first day of the long weekend ends uneventfully. I can't believe that I'm the same person who once preferred to be alone. Dusk. Did we literally just walk around aimlessly all day? With no destination in mind, I wander all the way here. Naturally, no one is around. What am I doing? I have no right to make fun of Kotomi. Darkness is setting in. As the sun inches closer to the mountains, I can feel the wind getting colder. I stay a little, loitering on the street. I'm looking forward to going out with Kotomi, and I'm happy that she asked me out. But there's something I can't get out of my head. Sometimes it comes to me out of nowhere when I'm alone. If I had to describe it, I'd say it's a faint sort of regret. The wind gusts. This is a path I'm not familiar with, the path Kotomi takes by herself. I inadvertently walk toward it, but stop myself. Someone is standing next to a wall along the path, blending into the twilight. It's a middle-aged gentleman wearing a coat unusual for this season. I know him. He's the bad guy who was talking with Kotomi the other day. Excuse me. I don't know why I decide to talk to him. This gentleman takes a long, hard look at me. Then he looks surprised.
君はこの前、琴美くんと一緒にいた。
It seems like he hesitates to say her name. Yes. I answer him tentatively. Kotomi is probably at home.
いや、ここから先にはどうにも足が進まなくてね。
I look at his appearance again. He's wearing a navy blue suit with a light coat and frameless glasses. It doesn't seem like he works in an office. There's an air of rigidity about him, but he doesn't appear to be a bad person.
そういえば名乗ってなかったね。
Possibly because he senses my cautiousness, he says that with a wry smile.
私は、簡単に言えば、
Yeah,
彼
I
女のご両親
wondered.
の同僚だ。君は一ノ瀬夫妻のことを知っているかね。
Ooh, are we getting some backstory now? I heard from the bread lady that her parents are great scholars. That's all I know about Kotomi's family background. I heard that they're great scholars.
ああ、一ノ瀬夫妻こそ立派と形容されるにふさわしい科学者だ。いいかね。観測できる時空だけが宇宙ではない。世界がこの形を得る過程で剥がれ落ち、微細に封じ込められた次元、いわば隠された世界が存在する。その行方を夫妻は最初に突き止めた。正確に言えば突き止めたはずだった。
He's making less sense than Kotomi. He's probably talking about a world I would never have to deal with in my lifetime. The gentleman finally notices that I'm not responding to his explanation.
失敬。とにかく一ノ瀬夫妻の仕事を手伝えたことは我々の生涯の誇りだよ。だがあの子にとっては我々は今も悪者のままなんだな。
His earlier wry smile is now a sad one.
ところで君もおそらく琴美くんを待っていたんだろうね。
No. I'm about to answer him, but I notice his playful demeanor. Did I look like I was?
待ち人来たらずの帰り道という顔をしていたからね。
He asks that as if seeing right through me.
君は彼女の恋人かね。
She's just a friend or not yet. We're going with not yet. Not... I almost keep going, but Kotomi's face comes to mind, and I pause. She's like a small child, but she always looks so serious about everything. I think about how great it'd be if I were closer with her. Even if she's standing at the edge of a vast unknown darkness. I'm not right now, but I would like to be in the future.
なるほど。いい答えだね。
The gentleman smiles at me, amused. He leisurely leans against the wall and glances up.
彼女はね、東大最高の理論物理学者2人の血を引いた娘だよ。父親からは不屈で高邁な精神を、母親からは堅実な洞察と
She has
記憶力を
photographic
それ
memory.
ぞれ受け継いでいる。
Interesting. Is that how she's able to read so fast?
夫妻は常々空気のきれいなこの町で子育てをしたいと言っていた。何よりここは博士の生まれ故郷だった。少々の不便があっても博士はこの町から研究所に通うことにこだわっていた。結果的にそれら全てがあだになったのかもしれない。
His words trail off and he squints as he looks into the distant sunset. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're dead.
ちょうどあの日、些細な偶然が全て悪い方に重なった。一ノ瀬家の家政婦が急病になって代理の引き継ぎがうまくいかなかった。電話が通じなかったせいであの子の所在さえ正確に把握できていなかった。私たちは皆うろたえ、そして混乱していた。今はもっと大切なことがあると誰もが信じようとした。自分以外の誰かがあの子のそばにいるのだと思い込んでいた。だがそんなことは言い訳にもならない。
The gentleman isn't even talking to me anymore. He doesn't appear to be talking to anyone in particular. He wants to confess and wait for the day that he can be forgiven. That's what it sounds like.
過ちの代償は重大だった。誰かがそばにいるべき時に、そうしなければならない時に、あの子は一人きりになってしまったんだ。
His words trail off. I can't say anything, nor do I want to. Kotomi refuses to talk about her family and her childhood. I get the feeling that it's a topic I should not pry into. The gentleman steps away from the wall and turns to me.
君は彼女のことをどう思うかね。
I already have an answer. Kotomi may be strange, but she's a normal girl. I want to always be with her. The gentleman nods approvingly.
最後に一つだけ教えてほしい。彼女は今もハサミを持ち歩いているかね。
Scissors. I remember that when Kotomi cuts up the pages of a book, it always seems like she's wishing for something. She does. I don't know why he asked, but I answer him anyway.
そうか。
The gentleman nods.
機会があったら彼女に伝えてほしい。許してもらえるとは思っていない。ただ、私たちはあの時のことを今でも後悔していると。
He says it slowly as if reflecting on it.
聞いてくれてありがとう。それでは。
Before I can ask him anything in return, the gentleman walks away. He walks quickly around the corner toward the bus route. This is interesting. But I think we're going to have to find out more about that next week. Because I think I'm going to end the stream there. We've been streaming for just around 4 hours now. We still haven't officially started the Kotomi route, though, I don't think. So that's kind of interesting. This is, I think we still have a chance to screw up and not enter the full-on Kotomi route. Anyhow, I'm going to end the stream there. I had a lot of fun. This route is really, really good thus far. Very interesting. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I will be streaming this again. I'll be streaming on Saturdays again. So, this next Saturday, 6 days from now, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be streaming this again. Not sure if we'll be able to finish the route or not, but we'll definitely make some good progress. Hopefully find more out about her past, maybe have some more wholesome moments. Look forward to that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a good, productive upcoming week. Have a great day. God bless.